Sheryl Swooped cannot help herself. Whether it's Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, the way that they handle business, the games being nationally televised, Sheryl Swooped is going to always find something to pick at when it comes to Caitlin Clark. However, this time it is not Caitlin Clark, it is Stephanie White. So apparently, guys, we know that Sheryl Swooped was removed, from broadcasting certain WNBA games, Indiana Fever to be specific, guys. Sheryl Swooped has this just animosity, and I think, guys, just a little bit of hatred towards Caitlin Clark. I don't know if this is, because she's, a Caucasian young lady who is the face of the WNBA, but it just seems like a bunch of petty, jealous cattiness when it comes to, Sheryl Swooped in this Caitlin Clark dilemma. Now Sheryl Swooped is going at Stephanie White for doing what she thought was best for the Indiana Fever and cutting a player named Brie Hall. So this is Brie Hall. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know too much about Brie Hall. I do believe she went to South Carolina. Maybe she was under Coach Dawn Staley. I do not know. I just saw a few internet pictures. I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the comment section. Sheryl Swooped had a problem with Stephanie White doing what she thinks is best for the team. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right away. I think that Sheryl Swooped is very good at racial baiting. I think that, anytime another African-American woman is involved in something around Caitlin Clark, Sheryl Swooped feels the need to respond or to speak up. So apparently Sheryl Swooped appeared on a podcast called The Women's Hoop Show, where she said this: even though the starters weren't in, like Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, they've been in the league for a while, you actually had players like Brie Hall. Why wasn't she in the game? If you're still figuring out who to keep, shouldn't you be evaluating new talent in real game settings? Swooped's main concern wasn't just the release itself, but how Hall was utilized in the preseason. In her view, preseason games, she should be proving ground for newcomers, not a chance to reinforce what's already known about the returning veterans. But to me, I think about the preseason, it really isn't so much for the players that are returning. It's more about the players you're unsure about, giving them minutes, seeing how they perform in game situations, even with the starters, to understand the chemistry. Now, this is where I call out Sheryl Swooped. She made a lot of valid points. If you watch the Hard Knocks for NFL, you already know how this process goes. They get a humongous roster and they gotta cut it down to 53 men. We see a lot of men in tears when they get cut. And honestly, guys, it's obviously heartbreaking, but it's life. You see the same thing in the summer league, where players get cut in the NBA, or they go to the G League if the team that drafted them or drafted them undrafted thinks that they have the potential. My problem with Sheryl Swooped is you're only going at the Indiana Fever. There are other teams in the WNBA with white head coaches that Sheryl Swooped is not going after. But anything tied to Caitlin Clark is going to be, obviously, guys, traction. It's going to be clickbait. It's going to be whatever you name it. And Sheryl Swooped finds herself doing the same thing that Angel Reese does. What crazy statement can I make? How can I get the attention on me? Oh, how about I talk about something surrounding Caitlin Clark? Sheryl Swooped has a buzz now because she's known as a Caitlin Clark hater. However, Brie Hall isn't the only African American being cut from a roster where the head coach is white. So if you're going to come out here and do it for Brie Hall, I don't understand why you won't do it for all of the other sisters that are, that are getting cut. It seems like she goes out of her way to literally pick at anything around Caitlin Clark. Now it's Sophie White. And from certain articles I've seen, I don't think that Sophie White is as fond of Sheryl Swooped. The Hall situation isn't the first time Swooped has critiqued the Indiana Fever. Last season, she also questioned the legitimacy of Caitlin Clark's NCAA scoring record, a comment that sparked conversation across the basketball community. So this seems like a repetitive pattern of behavior from Sheryl Swooped. Sheryl Swooped doesn't take kind to the Indiana Fever fans, the Caitlin Clark fans, and the way that people just frankly roast her online. I think that Sheryl Swooped is bitter, angry, and just flat out jealous. And in certain instances, a little bit racist. I mean, I just got to be honest, guys. If we're going to call a spade, we got to be honest here. Okay. Sheryl Swooped comes off as doing the most when it comes to Caitlin Clark. You're checking her NCAA records. You're checking her stats. You're checking everybody. But she uplifted Angel Reese. During that rookie season, Angel Reese was perfect. Angel Reese was this player, that player. After the game, she goes and hugs Angel Reese for 2 freaking days. I'm exaggerating, but it was a super long hug when the camera's around. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Y'all know that game, right? Where Angel Reese was like, I'm a dog. I'm a dog. You can't teach that, right? And then obviously we see her highlight reels where she's not a dog at all. Sheryl Swoopes just got to stop hating, okay? Sheryl Swoopes has to just flat out stop it. But, you know, I could just be overreacting, but that's what it comes off to me. I'm sure there are a lot of women out there who knows when another woman is jealous or hating. But what do you guys think from a distance? Seems like Sheryl Swoopes is always trying to like reach, right? It's unnecessary. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section about Sheryl Swooped going at Sophie White, the head coach of the Indiana Fever. And do you guys think that she tries to stay relevant by tying herself in her statements to Caitlin Clark? I find it fascinating that every podcast she's on, she's talking about Caitlin Clark. I mean, maybe she's a fan like the rest of us. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, though. If you guys have found any value to the video, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button. Also, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hit that notification bell. Peace.